many guys you knocking down on spring break? Because it seems like you're just going wild.
She's going pretty crazy.
How many guys you knocked down?
Has she? We lost out after like 12.
What's the maximum amount of people you've bonked in one day?
22. That was at spring break.
Wow.
That was a sore night. So I basically shared my hotel room online.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, this is the room I'm staying in. Like, just come and queue up. So I think I put the post at about 6 p.m. their time. And like, we finished, it must be like 4 or 5 a.m.
What is your craziest story? I took 5 guys in one night. They didn't know that I was taking turns on each of them because I would just be the one that was awake and then I'd wait for him to fall asleep and then I'd move on to one of his friends. I was making each guy do something different with me.
So which one had the best?
Oh my gosh, it was probably the third guy. He was one of my friend's boyfriends and she has no idea.
Welcome to Real Girl World, your go-to destination for all things dating and relationships. My name's Hannah Jordan, and today we're talking about what seems to be the modern woman's favorite new hobby. And yes, unfortunately, it's exactly what you think it is, which is precisely why today's episode is called Beware the Modern Woman. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as we get into the video.
How many guys you knocking down on spring break? Because it seems like you're just going wild.
She's going pretty crazy.
How many guys you knocked down?
Has she? We lost out after like 12.
Apparently, it's not just online ladies of the night who are engaging in these types of activities, and that is very disturbing to young men today, which makes them really suspicious of pretty much every girl they come across.
12 guys on spring break.
Yeah.
How many more guys you knocking down?
On a regular weekend, I'd probably say 3.
3 guys a weekend?
This has become an all too common occurrence for the average girl. And all of this online attention is in large part the reason why average women have an overinflated sense of self-worth. Not only do I hold women accountable, I think young men today need to accept the part that they play in of devaluing the women that they say that they can't seem to find to be able to settle down with someone who's a good girl. Next up are the admissions from a girl you would expect this kind of behavior from, an online e-thought, but it's never not going to be disturbing to hear stories like this, because you just know there are other girls online who admire her.
What's the maximum amount of people you've bonked in one day?
22. That was at spring break.
Wow.
That was a sore night, to be honest.
Yeah. So can you talk us through that? Like, what happened? How was that set up?
Yeah, so I basically shared my hotel room online.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, this is the room I'm staying in. Like, just come and queue up. And I'll see as many of you as possible, like, whilst I'm here. Because
That just sounds so dangerous. I mean, literally anybody could show up.
And I'll see as many of you as possible, like, whilst I'm here. Because when I went to spring break, loads of guys was like, oh, I've messaged you to film with you, and I couldn't get through, like, all of the messages. Like, and I've said before, like, I've only got so many holes and so much time. Like, I physically could not film with everyone I wanted to.
Now, I don't know for a fact if she has spicy fans, but it certainly sounds like it when she's talking about filming.
So on the last night, I was like, right, I'll just let them queue up. I'll just go one after the other.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I did.
And so how long from start to finish did that all take?
So I think I put the post at about 6 p.m. their time, and like, we finished, it must be like 4 or 5 a.m.
Her face says it all. And to think that this girl went all night with 22 different people for roughly 10 hours, that's just crazy.
That's insane.
And it was so funny because, like, during the videos you hear people knocking on the door, like you hear like other groups of lads outside
Waiting.
Yeah.
Was there like a queue outside the hotel?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but just hearing about the fact that there are men queuing outside and also knocking on the door makes it sound so much more disturbing and bizarre. Leave a comment below what you think. Next up is another young girl who is emulating this kind of behavior that is really detrimental to her ability to pair bond with her future husband.
What is your craziest story? I took 5 guys in one night. At the same time? Not at the same time. This is the crazy part. They didn't know that I was taking turns on each of them.
That isn't the craziest part. You took 5 guys in one night, and yeah, they might not have known at the time about each other, but I bet you they shared each other's stories.
They didn't know that I was taking turns on each of them because I would just be the one that was awake, and then I'd wait for him to fall asleep, and then I'd move on to one of his friends.
This has got to be the weirdest sleepover I've ever heard of.
And I did this with the whole group.
Oh my god.
In one night.
I bet you they were all just winking at each other. Okay, your turn.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So were you just taking them to a separate room to them, or were you?
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, every single guy, I did something different because this, I just wanted to explore, and I was making each guy do something different with me.
You're more than welcome to wait until you meet your husband and explore all these things with him, right? You don't have to be an expert.
Each guy do something different with me.
So which one had the best?
Oh my gosh, it was probably the third guy. He was one of my friend's boyfriends, and she has no idea.
Really? But he good.
Yeah, exactly.
And she knowingly slept with one of her friend's boyfriends. Quality person right here.
Do you think the last guy who would be upset if he found out that you just 4 guys right before him?
I mean, yeah, like I was and everything. So
That was gonna be my next question. You were.
Yeah. So the last guy, I don't think he knew because it was dark. He must have just thought I was really.
Did any of them?
I think the second guy did. Yeah, the second guy.
But the first guy.
Yeah.
Girl.
Do you think she genuinely feels any shame for this? Because I don't. Why would she be sharing this on camera for the whole world to see? My goodness. Well, there you have it, folks. The standard modern woman who thinks that she can have everything, and at the end of the day, she ends up losing it all because men won't commit to her. And gentlemen, please do your best to not be participating in these activities if you are going to go ahead and complain that you can't find yourselves a good girl. If you like this video, hit that like button and hit subscribe and the notification bell so you never miss a video. And remember, curiosity keeps you young and humility keeps you fun. Thanks for watching.